that's come in. Police still not confirming officially the Winehouse death, but they say it is being widely reported, and we're not steering you away from that. So in many senses, that is an unofficial confirmation, I suppose, isn't it?
Well, the incident certainly happened at the Winehouse house. I've had that confirmed by police officers on the ground here, and as you know, a couple of ambulances attended now almost 2 hours ago. There was considerable activity around those ambulances, and after that, a large number of police arrived and began to cordon off the square. We've had what looked like investigating officers, plainclothes policemen, come through over the course of the last hour, and the focus of activity is all around the Winehouse house. I must say there's a very sombre atmosphere here that would be consistent with the idea that Amy Winehouse has indeed died. We've seen people who clearly have been profoundly affected by whatever's happened in the house, and I'm assuming that at the moment that it is a death, who've been sitting with their heads in their hands in the streets. It's a really quite affecting scene here, and everybody's really seems quite upset by whatever's happened in the house.
Always tragic to lose a young talent like this, Justin, but particularly given that everyone was so excited and looking forward so much to that follow-up to Back to Black.
Absolutely, and she'd recently recorded with Tony Bennett, so she had been very active. Her career had been beginning again, people thought, so it's very sad. Local residents, I've not seen her, but local residents have seen her out and about in Camden Square. To be honest, she hasn't always looked in best of health, people tell me, but she was a presence in the neighbourhood. Residents as neighbours, obviously hoped that she'd recover from the problems that she had, but clearly it seems today that she hasn't, and very tragically, if the reports that the BBC are getting are correct, then Amy Winehouse is indeed dead. And certainly, as I say, the atmosphere here outside her house is consistent with the idea that there's been a death in the house. We've seen clearly very, very upset people come out of the house. There have been people sitting in tears outside. One woman arrived in an expensive Mercedes and came out of the car and basically lay down in tears in the street. The scene has calmed down now, but there have been very, very affecting scenes here in Camden outside Amy Winehouse's house. And as you can see on the images now, the police activity continues. There have been a series of vehicles in over the last few minutes, one of which we were guessing, talking among people here, that was perhaps a scene of crime vehicle. But there's continuing activity outside the house. But low-key, there seems no sense of urgency here. As I say, all consistent with the idea that Amy Winehouse has indeed died.
Okay, Justin Rowlatt, for the time being, thank you very much indeed. We're grateful for those updates from outside Amy Winehouse's house in Camden. Just to update you on the reaction that's coming in all the time here to BBC News, celebrities have been starting to pay tribute to Amy Winehouse on Twitter as the news is starting to spread. DJ Fern Cotton said, "Cannot believe the news. Amy was a special girl. It's the saddest news." And the singer and presenter Mining Class has written, "OMG, oh my God, Amy Winehouse, exceptional talent and really nice lady. Rest in peace."
Philip Schofield, the television presenter, adding on his Twitter page, "Just heard the sad news that Amy Winehouse has died. At only 27, what a terrible waste of great talent. Condolences to her family." Similar sentiments from Emma Bunton, of course, one of the Spice Girls. Former showbiz editor of the News of the World, Dan Wootton, has taken the time to join us on the phone now. Dan, thank you very much indeed for that, for joining us here on BBC News. What's your reaction to the breaking news?
I'm still shaking, if I'm honest. I covered Amy for a number of years. I got to know her doing that. I think it's one of those things where people always say